What's up, guys? Wicksplit here, the Cranium Cracker, dropping some social science on that ass. Now, the video you see before you is Evil Within. I'm doing the brain puzzle, the last one I have to do before I continue on the level. Now, I'm not going to be talking anymore about the gameplay. It's not what I'm here for today. As you see in the description in front of you, I'm going to be talking about why theft from a corporation is actually a good thing, in my opinion. Now, keep in mind, this is just my opinion, and I don't want you going and sticking people up, going breaking in people's houses. I don't want you going into a mom and pa uh, shop and stealing everything that you can. These people are actually trying to support their family, and they're not trying to, abuse people in a whole. Now, we do all live in the same world where everything is owned by someone else. Now, I'm expected to sell my life at work to pay for the bare minimum I need to survive. I need to sell my life to achieve clothing, food, transportation in order to get to work to sell my life. I need to be able to pay for health care, even shelter. These are all the bare minimums we need to survive. We need to sell our lives in increments at a time just to achieve these. We're all surrounded by these forces beyond our control that don't have no concern about my needs or welfare. Theft is a way to take the world for myself. It's a way to act upon a world that has been acting upon me so much. Now let's compare this to a buying system. Now, when I go and buy something, I'm making a trade where I had to sell my life in increments at a time to a corporation, most likely, in order to buy other things from another corporation. Now, this corporation wouldn't give me the things I need to survive under no other circumstances. If I was starving, about to die from not being able to pay for my own food, they would have no problems denying me food still. I wasn't part of their system, so they don't want to feed me. They don't care if I die from that. If I was sick, about to die, they wouldn't, help me out with my own personal health care. If I was injured really bad, well, they're not going to fix me up because I can't pay for it. And that's a very unfortunate type of system that we live in. Something that I really don't want to be a part of. It's a very violent system. Basically, I'm forced to give something up from my life, portions of my life, just to get something of theirs. So when I shoplift, I am no longer putting myself in that system. I'm not negotiating with some faceless, inhuman entity that has no concern about my well being. Instead, I'm taking what I need in life without having to give anything up. I don't have to worry about value. I don't have to worry about, okay, well, that movie's worth $20. So I have to sell my life for 2 hours in order to get that movie, and it probably wasn't even that good of a movie. I don't have to worry about the value of food. If buying all this food for $100 is gonna be able to let me live for a week, so I have to sell my life, at these $10 an hour, 8-hour shifts, and then sometimes not even get the value of the food that I think I'm getting. Most of that food is probably crap anyways because it's made by a corporation that doesn't give a fuck about me. They just want to get as much profit as they want. No. The prize that I'm getting it for risk instead of selling my life. I take risk over selling my life any day. It's the refusal of an exchange economy. And there's plenty of myths with this. We've all heard that, well, if you go and steal from a company, you're going to have to drive up prices so they can make up for their loss. And that's 1,000% bullshit. The market is not determined by loss, it's determined by the market itself. It is determined by how much we will spend, the most we will spend for a product without having to go to another company because they might be offering us something a little bit cheaper. They know that they can't charge us $4 for bread because we'll go somewhere that's cheaper charging us $1 for bread. So that determines the prices. Now you'll hear that, oh well, if you steal, you're taking it out of the workers' pockets, which is complete bullshit. They have set wages. Corporations have money already set aside for theft, for stealing, because they expect it. So you're acting as much a part of the society as a CEO of the corporation. You're just playing the other part. And in fact, you're taking action. It's the action of protest, and instead of standing outside and giving a voice to the protesters, like holding a picket sign, which I'm not saying the bad thing, but it doesn't do as much as the action. You're telling them that you don't want to be part of that system, and yet you're still taking what you need to survive. And that, in my opinion, is a good thing. It's the ancient way of living. It is nowadays the man that goes and steals from a corporation is urban hunter and gatherer. And that is something that we've all was created to be here today. Thousand years ago, humans, the only way that they lived was hunter and gatherer. And If they didn't do that back then, we wouldn't be here today. It's a lot less violent system. The system where we all are forced to work with low wages, barely any benefits, and take abuse from corporations that have no problem abusing the environment, abusing animals. You're taking a protest against all that. You're taking more of an action than the people that are standing outside with picket signs. So this is Wig Split. In conclusion, please take action in your life. Refuse the systems that hurt, that damage your life, and get what you need without having to force to sell your life. I'm sure there's lots of people that disagree with me. If you want to, by all means, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you agree, go ahead and throw me a like. Even if you disagree, go ahead and throw a dislike. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. This is Wig Split, and I'm out. Have a good one, fellas.